I am back from moving tables. So let's go review that last game. So whenever I play a game usually, if I see like any situation that I'm like, oh, I have no idea what to do, or like, oh, a hand shape that I don't know what's like the best choice for it, or any like defensive choice where I'm defending against a Ricci and I'm like, I have no idea what I should do. Randomly click a thing, then I'll write that down so I can just go and look at it after the game. Because whenever I'm reviewing a game, if you just go through like the entire thing step by step by step, um, occasionally doing that's really good, but doing that every single game is getting very, very tiring very, very quickly. So instead, I just write down like the critical points. Alright, so first one, East 1, second turn. So normally here I would throw Hatsu, mainly because the middle tile is anywhere from like 2 through 8. Will usually beat out a honor tile, unless of course I have too many blocks, and then it'll go over. But for this hand right here, because I have Ton and I also have this shape right here with the Dora, if I do happen to draw another Hatsu, it would be very easy to move over to a Tanyao, I'm sorry, Honitsu hand. And if I did get another pair of the Dora right here, that could even go up to a Hanuman, so rather than keeping around one more floating tile, because I already have one block right here, this is going to be my pair probably, 2 blocks, I can call this 3 blocks, 4 blocks. Throw out one of these. These two are in the same suit. They don't share anything though, so well, they share the 5, and I get the 5. That's actually not that bad. So if I keep the 4 round right here, if I get the red 5, I can use it. And if I get the red 5 over here, whether I keep the 7 or the 3, I could still use it that way. And then there's 1 9 out right here, so maybe 7 would have actually been better than 3. Or maybe I should have kept all of them and thrown Hatsu. Choices. Alright. And then I think this thing also had one more. Ah, there it is. So I got the Tenpai waiting on a 5 Pinzu, and I had a chance to con here. Right now I have two Han for 2,000 point hand, so conning right here is really effective, mainly because this will bump me up to a 2,600 point hand, and if I get a single Ura, then that would get me up to 5,200 points. And if someone reaches, what would I do? If this person reaches the dealer, who I'm really afraid of, I could throw the Tone. If this person reaches, I'm sorry, that's not Tone. I can throw the 9 Pinzu. If this person reaches, I cry. If this person reaches, I cry. That being said, 5 pin doesn't look that bad, or at least from the dealer. 2 6s right there, 4 right here, 2 and 2 right here. Oh. So if this is a double side weight, I think I should like con this 100%. This early in the game with a 2,000 point hand, since it'll benefit from it. But with a Kanchan, should I do that? Questions, questions, questions. And if you don't know the answer or you want second opinions, take a screenshot and send it to everyone you know. And when they start applying, find more people that you know.
Hung.
Alright, next up. East 2, 6 turn. Oh. Crossroads. So right here we got 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs. And we're also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 Shanten. For a regular shape as well. So normally with 7 pairs, if you don't have any chance of getting a Mensu hand, it's usually alright to just kind of like jump forward in that direction. Though if you do have a Mensu hand chance, or a hand that's, you know, a regular 4 groups of 3 in a pair, that will complete a lot more often than the 7 pairs will. So in this case, because we do already have this like good shape right here, double pair, or I'm sorry, double sided right here, not that bad shape right there. We should probably get rid of one of our pairs. So what's the bottleneck in this going to be? If I just if I try to keep 6 blocks, then I can technically take in one of these, but to try to get rid of this kind of edge weight right here. But I don't know if that actually helps me much. I think right here it might just be better to stick to 5 blocks and drop the weakest pair, which in this case would be the 1 Monzu. I think in the game I dropped the 7 Sozu in order to give myself a better chance of like completing this, but that doesn't actually do much. Because like this shape right here, even if I do drop the 7, is still kind of bad shape unless I get the improvement on it. Let's see, what else we got? East 3, 4th turn. Hole. So doors 5 on, and we got currently 1, 2, 3, 4 shapes. Oh wait, that was their turn. There we go. Is this the right round? Because that's not a question. Oh wait, actually yes it is. Alright, so should we drop the 9 here early, or should we keep it around? So if we do keep the 9, what does that give us? If we do draw a 8, we got the 5, 6, 6, 7 shape, which we could potentially use to keep our last, or use to get our last run or triplet that we need. But we have a couple of kind of strong floating tiles right here. The 6 right here, and we have this 4. If we got a 5 right there, that would be a 4 in a row shape, which is really, really good. Yeah, I think dropping 6 right here is completely fine. We could drop Tune because it's early enough that we might say, hey, we don't really need that much defense right now during like the first 6 turns, especially if nothing strange is going on. And so if we do drop the Tune and we draw the 8, we'd probably drop the Haku. And then at that point, if we draw, let's say, I don't know, the 5, I'd probably drop the 9 again. Or even if I drew, like, let's see. Oh, wait, actually. No, I'm confusing myself. So drop this and then draw the 8. If we have the 8, then we're going to have a 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9. And then at that point, we want to probably slim down anyway. So yeah, I don't think keeping the 9 right here serves us like any benefit. I mean, it serves us a little benefit, but by the time we do get to that shape, we'll already be in the second row. and then slimming down at that point is usually better. So yeah, I don't think keeping the 9 serves that much purpose. Hmm. Hey. Next one. Oh, I missed some stuff on East 2. Alright, 6 turn. So that was the question where I'm like, I should probably do the 1 mon. Next up, 12th turn. What's going on here? Okay. So trying to get to Tenpai
C.
potentially could have even like Pinfu, Tanyao, tons of stuff. And I draw the 2 pin. So the 4 only has 1 out. The 5 only has none out. So there's still 2 more remaining right there. For the 3s, we can see 1 right here, and then for the 6s, we can also see 1 right here. So this is pretty interesting. This person's probably not holding any, seeing their discards. This person's probably pretty light on them in the upper tiles, presumably. This person can be anything, but they look like they're not throwing Manzu tiles, so they can probably use them. So what can we do here? We can throw this out, but that's kind of bad because now that we have this 2-pin pair, we can treat these as 2 Ryeonmen. So we can get a 3 and a 6 and a 3 and a 6. Or we can throw out 2-mon or 3-pin. If we throw out 2-mon, what do we lose? For Tenpai purposes, we don't lose actually that much because we can still take a 3, we can still take a 4, we can still take a 5. So this doesn't have much loss at all. The 3-pin, what does that give us? Well, we have the door right here. Actually, yeah, I think we should keep the 3-pin around. Because even if we... Yeah. Because if we're looking for, like, Tenpai right here, we already have 2 Dora. We don't mind opening the hand with 3,900 points at this point with Tanyao, 2 Dora. Then if we keep the 3, technically we can get either 1 or 4 Pinzu. We'd be kind of sad with 1 Pinzu, but because we're getting to the end, it is kind of likely that we might need to rush for Tenpai if the chance arises. So keeping the 3-pin around isn't that bad. And plus, normally you want to get rid of like dangerous tiles if you don't absolutely need them in your hands going into mid-late game. But at this point, you can even argue that it's already too late to get rid of safe tiles. And so at that point, you only want to get rid of... I'm sorry, it's too late to get rid of dangerous tiles. So at that point, you only want to get rid of dangerous tiles whenever you have something that's worth it. You shouldn't throw just whatever, if it doesn't have any direct reward. So right now we might not want to throw it, but if we do get into Tenpai, then we should throw it. So 2 monk, no. Oh, okay, and this one's another one. So for this one, should we reach? We have Pinfu, Tanyao, Dora, Dora. The person that looks the most scary on the board right now is this guy. He's open. They've thrown tons of Manzu tiles. Does this guy care? I don't know. He's thrown 7. He's thrown 4. This kind of looks like Chinitsu, or let's see, what else could they have? So Haku's dead. Hatsu is gone. They could technically have the White Dragon. Their own wind, which is the east. One's right here, and then the other ones are not seen, so they could actually have the Dora. That's scary. They could have Honitsu. They could have... Could they have Itsu? They could have Itsu, I think, as well. Because I only see 3 9s, I can only see 3 7s. For the 4s, I can see 3 of those. For the 5s, I only see a couple, and for the 6s, nothing. I don't know, I think a Yakuhai chance might be a little bit higher. And if it is a Yakuhai chance, then it might be this. So that's kind of scary. But if that is scary, then the other people might fold to that. But either way, if I take Tenpai right here, I'm going to be Pinfu, Tanyao, Dora, Dora, Tenpai, with the Takame being, or the higher point one being the 6 coming out, giving me Ipeiko. And if I Tsumo that, it would even become a Hanemon. If I reach, on the other hand, most likely unless someone has a Anku of the Dora, they're going to be folding. So yeah, I think Dama right here is pretty good. Plus the dealer just dropped it, and he's like a blaring like red sun right now, saying, "Defend against me." So I don't think it's that bad. In this case, oh look, he had a Yakuhai, and he's waiting on the Dora Tonki. This person right here was one Shanten, and this person right here just got a Dora pair. Ah, that's why they dropped that. Alright, next up. South 1, 6 turn. So this one's kind of interesting because it's like last place only has 1,000 points, and ideally I need to just win a quick hand that is higher than 2,600 points, or 2,600 points or higher to get second or first. So what route should I take? With all these pairs, it's might seem like you're like, oh yeah, 7 pairs, but that's pretty slow unless you're lucky. And in the case that we are right now, where we need the fastest hand possible, that might not cut it. Furthermore, if we want to go for Toy Toy, um, the West is pretty good. The 8 so isn't bad. The 5 and the 3, on the other hand, are both pretty dismal. And so I don't think that's that good a chance either. And then if we look at what we have on our sets, we got the 8-8-9 right here, taking an 8-7. 5s can be easily upgraded. This is a nice shape right here. We got a pair right here. So we got pretty solid 1, 2, 3, 4 shapes. And then we got a good floating tile with this. So yeah, I think going for a Mensu hand here is pretty good. Get rid of... so this is one thing I try to do. If I ever have a Mensu hand like this, and if I open up this hand, I get a 2,000 point hand. That's kind of iffy. Actually, oh no, there's one home on the field. Ooh. So if it was just 2,000 points, it'd be kind of iffy, because if I rond north directly, it would knock them out, game's over, and I'm still in third. But because there's one home on the field, if I hit them, then it's 2,300 points, and that puts me into second. So if I do get this, I wouldn't be that sad, actually. If that's the case, I probably should have actually dropped this. But anyway. So in the case that you are going for a like slower closed hand, one that you can't easily open, I do like to get rid of the Yakuhai at the beginning rather than later. Because if someone is going for like a quick hand, which right now I think either of these people would, because if they get a 1,000 point hand and they run this guy, game's over and they win. So that's why whenever I see a situation like this, I will immediately, instinctively say, throw out all of the Yakuhai and pray that they don't call them. So this is the one I was questioning about. So I kept the 9 right here, but I was thinking, should I have instead thrown out one of my pairs? Because right now we got 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs. Looking on the board, 1 8's right there, but we don't want to get rid of this because this is a pretty weak shape, so we want to keep all the tiles that we can for it. We can't get rid of this because it's going to be one of our blocks, presumably. So that leaves either the 3 or the 5 right here, either of which isn't bad. If we lose it, then we're only losing 2 tiles because we have all the other pairs, and so we can accept anything that remains. So what's the benefit of keeping that versus throwing it? If we keep the pair, then we get those 2 tiles. If we get rid of the pair, then we have the chance to upgrade one of our shapes. So, for instance, if we keep this 8 around right here, it also can contain the Dora. So if we get it like a 7, that's instantly a double-sided weight. And then we can get rid of either like the Penchant, or I'm sorry, the Kanchan right here, or this like slightly upgraded Penchant in the corner. But on the reverse side, if we do, let's say, get rid of the 8 right now, and we did draw, I don't know, like a 4, or like a 6. We would have a what's called a nakabukure shape, yeah, shape. So like 2, 3, 3, 4, which can also be viewed as two double side shapes, and that's really good for upgrading your hand as well. So either option isn't that bad. Considering that this is right next to the door, though, this has some benefit. I kind of want to lock in this door right here as well. Though, whether we throw out this pair right now or we keep it around, the red door is still staying in our hands. And also, okay, actually, yeah, I think we should throw the 8. And also, even though 7 pairs is unlikely, it's still a possibility. And especially in a hand like this, where we have currently no completed Mensu anywhere, we don't have no completed groups of 3. Looking for that, tiny little chance that, oh, maybe we'll go for 7 pairs isn't that bad. If we had some more, like, nice runs, groups of 3 laying around, a little bit further in our hand, then yeah, you shouldn't usually look for it. But in this case right here, we're kind of like desperate, so I think it actually might be better to throw out the 8 as opposed to one of our pairs. And right now, neither of these people, if they have a nice tempi, would want to reach necessarily, because if they have a high enough hand, they can just sumo and it'll hit this guy out. And if they don't, they might want to reach. But aside from that, if they can, they'll just stay quiet. This guy might deal into them, and if they deal in, then boom, game's over, they win. So like for this hand right here, even if they sumoed it, it would have been 2,000 all and the game would end. So yeah, that's a good dama. All right. Next hand, I'm going to start a new stream. Also, what is up with my screen? It has like 2 blobs on it. That's weird. All right.